Hi, how you going? It's Donna here. Thank you for clicking on my ad, and I'm sure you've watched the 7-day video series and I hope you enjoyed it. I thought I'd give you a chance to meet me and find out a little bit about my story. My name's Donna, as you know. And why did I get started with the Six Figure Mentors? Well, how far back do I go? Let's just go back to my days in the fitness industry. I started out working as a fitness instructor back in 1996. I just started out as an aerobics instructor and slowly built myself up and became a gym instructor and taught all sorts of group fitness classes and Les Mills classes like body pump and body balance, and eventually even worked my way up into middle management where I had fitness staff underneath me. And I'd actually gotten myself to a really nice position. I had fantastic staff working for me, and working with like-minded people was fantastic. We were all into fitness and health, and I feel I reached the pinnacle of my job. I really enjoyed it. And then we found out that our fitness centre was going to be shut down. You see, it was government owned, but run by council or local government. And the government decided it was going to shut us down because we weren't earning enough money. Because the fitness centre was all about the community, and it wasn't about making money. It was about providing services for the community to help them out, to get them fit, to get them healthy. So we had from seniors to immigrants and all sorts coming in and doing classes. And so anyway, we got given 6 months notice to say that we were out. And during that 6 months, a lot of other people sort of knew where they wanted to go and what they wanted to do, and slowly drifted out and found themselves jobs. But little old me here, I had no idea what else I wanted to do. I didn't want to get any higher up in management. I had the opportunity. I could have probably worked my way up the corporate ladder and ended up working for council. But I just didn't need or desire that. I didn't want to get into the corporate world, and didn't appreciate getting into the whole, reality of the responsibility that involves. Procedures, protocols, so forth. It was all a bit crazy. And I knew I didn't want to stay in the fitness industry. You see, I worked in a community-based centre, so it wasn't about stats. It wasn't about sales. It was just about providing services for the community. And I knew that if I worked in a private centre, it would become that. It would become stats. How many people come to your class? If you don't get enough, bang, you canned. See you later. Sales, if you're not making enough membership sales, everything was sales, push, stats. And yeah, I just didn't want a part of that. It's not me. I'm not into pushy sales or anything like that. So anyway, I had no idea what I wanted to do. So over that 6 months where we had our notice, I even went to see a careers counsellor and just sort of had no idea. Everyone else was starting to find jobs around me. But, the one thing I did do was I focused on making sure I didn't stress about it. I didn't want to create stress for the future. So I made sure I stayed calm and, didn't freak out about things, even though I knew I knew that I didn't know what I wanted to do. So anyway, it came down to the last month or so before the centre was shut, and I was at a party. It actually happened to be at our house. And a friend of my partner, who is, I guess, a bit more of an acquaintance to me, I suppose. And I ended up talking to him about the situation. And he goes, look, if you haven't found a job sort of by the end of February, let me know. If you're interested, I can give you some work. He runs a business, an air monitoring business for asbestos removal. And yeah, so at least I had that backup plan. So yeah, another month went past. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I looked at jobs, but nothing really tickled my fancy, as you could say. And so anyway, I spoke to this guy and said, yep, okay, I'll start work with you. So sure enough, my last day at in the fitness industry was February the 28th, 2013. Sure enough, the 1st of March 2013, I was working as an air monitoring technician. And oh boy, what a change that was. I tell you what, going from the fitness industry and working for council, procedures, protocols, rosters, time off, time on, everything was just so structured, and you could plan your day, exactly what you had to do. From that to chaos, basically, where you're working as a subcontractor, you're basically, as an air monitoring technician, you're kind of the scum of the earth as far as the hierarchy of contractors and subcontractors go. You're the last person to find out about anything. So basically I went from working pretty much full time, if not more than that. There were some days I had 12-hour days in the fitness industry because I sort of worked two jobs, I guess. I worked middle management and I still worked as a fitness instructor. So I guess I was kind of working two jobs, and that gave me like plenty of hours during the week. But I knew my hours, I knew when I was getting paid, I had my roster, you know, everything was cool, and I could plan whatever else I wanted to throughout the day. Air monitoring, you don't find out what you're doing until about 6 o'clock the night before for the following day. On the day, it changes. You go from, so having no roster, no schedule, no nothing, not even knowing the day you're going to get paid. When I first started out, payday was whenever the two bosses could somehow figure out they were going to get together and write out checks, would you believe, in this day and age. But anyway, so yeah, everything just went 180 degrees, you know. And when I first started out too, there was quite often many days where I didn't even get work. And I'd come from a job where I was clearing $1,000 a week, Australian, US, wherever you're, Australian dollars, sorry, wherever you're watching this from, to sometimes only clearing a couple of $100 a week. So, you know, it got me into that whole, I had to really overcome fear of not having money. So when I had days off, I remember initially when I had days off work, I would be freaking out. Oh my God, I didn't get a job. I'm not going to be earning money. How am I going to pay for my mortgage? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Anyway, I ended up actually getting to a point of gratitude. I would love my days off. And I actually did. I ended up loving my days off. I'd go out for a bike ride, you know, or a run. You know, I could plan my day. There's plenty of stuff to do around the house. You know, you have days off and you wonder, how do you get all this stuff done when you work? But anyway, so I came to appreciate days off. I came to appreciate all those times where I'd probably normally stress out that I wasn't earning money. So I had to overcome a lot of my money mindset stuff. Anyway, when I got to a point of gratitude and really started appreciating my job, and, or not so much the job, but scenarios that would happen during the day, even little things like when traffic was flying really well. My job involves a lot of driving, you know, so just coming to a point of gratitude, not stressing about the fact I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And anyway, I came across my first introduction of online marketing, I guess. It was actually a different company, sent out an email, and I actually clicked the button and ordered a book about online marketing and pretty much the business model that it involves. And I read the book and went, yep, this is for me. This is what I want. I want to work online. I want to be able to create my own hours. I want to create my own schedule. I want to work for me. I find in the private industry, there aren't very, you know, I don't know if I could work for a boss because I don't find there are very many good ones out there anymore, you know. It's kind of a bit of a, as much as I hate to say it, it's become a bit of a dog-eat-dog world out there, you know, especially in the asbestos industry, I guess, because it is a almost an industry where people could actually claim that, you know, you've caused them asbestosis, you know, so everyone's sort of like wanting to blame, if there's a little bit of asbestos left on a property, you know, everyone wants to blame someone else. They don't want to take responsibility for themselves because it's just, so it becomes a dog-eat-dog world, and you're very much working with people that just, there's no trust. I don't even trust one of my bosses, to be honest with you. Like, you can't trust anyone. You can't. Anyway, unlike the fitness industry where everyone was your mate, you were all like-minded, everything was fantastic. And I'm actually finding this with the online marketing community too, as far as the six-figure mentors goes. You know, you've got this community of people who are all like-minded, you know. No one's out to get someone else in trouble, and it's all beautiful. But anyway, that's not what I was talking about. I was just talking about the transition. So anyway, yeah, I came to a point of gratitude. Online marketing came to me, but it was actually a different company, and I was originally going to go with them. And I actually took action and went about trying to figure out how to contact them and call them. And I started out by emailing the company, and the email I got back was very abrupt. And anyway, yeah, that's right. So I just emailed again, and I just found their customer service was not very helpful at all, and I didn't appreciate it. It turned me off because I've been brought up in the fitness industry. Customer service is everything, man, you know. Or even even when you're a boss, your staff are everything. You know, if you haven't got your staff, you got nothing. If you haven't got your customers, you got nothing. So when they didn't give me good customer service, I just went, nah, see you later. But in the back of my mind, I was still like, well, this is what I wanted to do. And I didn't know what was out there at the time. It was just all so quick. It all happened so quickly for me to finally get an instinctive feeling again that this is what I wanted to do. And so anyway, my partner was also getting emails from an affiliate marketer of the Six Figure Mentors. So he goes, Donna, check these out. So he started sending me a couple. You know, I still had my mind, for some reason, I still had my mind set on the first company because once I make a decision, I generally stick with it, and it's really hard for me to change my mind. But I started reading these emails and watching the videos, and Stuart was on a video, you know, he's in the countryside and he's talking about everything. And I just went, yeah, this guy's comes across as really genuine. And one thing led to another, and sure enough, I signed up. I started out as an essential member, which is $297, and then you just pay the $97 a month, which works out probably an extra 30 or 40 bucks if you're in Australia with the exchange rate. And then I got given that 10-day window, so I became an Elite Plus member. And then I got a sort of another 10-day window and ended up becoming a DA Gold member. And this all happened within, you know, a month or so. It was all pretty crazy. But so anyway, I just thought I'd share my journey with you as to how I got here. And I'm still here. I must admit, I have a lot of struggles, but at the same time, you have successes. I would definitely not say I'm successful yet. But, you know, for me, there is no plan B. I've sort of decided that this is how I want to earn money, and I can't imagine there to be many other jobs or kind of jobs where you could earn money in the same way. So I'm learning something completely new. I was always a very I still am, I suppose, a very practical person. Doing things, you know, practically, aerobics instructing, weightlifting, all that sort of stuff. Manually doing things, even this asbestos air monitoring job that I've got now, you're manually getting out there, you're setting up jobs, blah, 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 blah. I'm a very manual person. So to go from that to becoming more technological, and geez, what a journey I've had. I've learned so much about technology, and it still freaks me out that I've created a website. It's not the best website in the world, but I did it. So coming from not knowing much about computers to, you know, coming as far as I have. So I've had a few successes. I'm not there yet, but I'm doing the best I can. And yeah, so anyway, now you sort of know about my journey, and basically the reason I'm sticking with it is because I know the life I want to lead. I know what I want to achieve. So if you feel really strong about what you want to achieve, it'll definitely help motivate you to keep going. And yeah, I guess I could keep rambling on for ages, but I'll leave it at that for now. I hope you appreciated my little story, get something out of it, put some food for thought in there, and good luck with your journey on deciding whether or not you're going to learn online marketing and who you learn it with. So all the best for the rest of the day. I hope to speak to you again soon. Ciao for now.